So I'm coming to you looking for advice, and I'm saying, bruh, I wanna start a business. What advice would you give me as someone who's starting?
Start.
Just that.
Yeah, that's the best advice. Start. You can't keep on starting things in your brain. Start.
Yeah, I need to act.
Yeah. Obviously, if you come and say, I want to start a business, I'll tell you start. But
Yeah.
if you come and say, here's the business model,
Yeah.
this is what I've done and so forth, we can always look at how we can improve your
Yeah.
model, but you need to start.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to No Chill Vodcast. As you can see today, the setup is nice. I'm here with Tshoarelo, Machabaphala. He's the founder and the CEO of 4GY Sneakers. And we are out here. I'm sure you can see the display. He's in entrepreneurship, and we're just here to talk about everything business, how he started it, and I hope you guys are going to learn. He's an entrepreneur. And shout out to Chef D,
Chef D, yeah.
for the food. I don't want to actually ruin this. Before we go in, people need to know this setup, the food and everything that we're enjoying here, we're chowing. This is a snack. We got them from Chef D, and shout out for the love and for the food. And yeah, my guy, welcome to No Chill Podcast. I'm actually inspired. I was inspired by your story, and that's why I was like, you know what? I told my team, bro, let's go talk to this guy. He's a good innovator in South Africa, and I think his story can change, can inspire people to become better innovators in South Africa. You've got a brand called 4GY. Firstly, I just want to know, in the beginning, before this, what were you doing and where do you come from? Just give a brief intro about yourself so that people can just be familiar with where you come from.
No, thanks for having me. For some reason, I feel like I'm at the interview, like looking for a job. You know, that question. Like, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's very important. Man. People need to know you from your own introduction.
Yeah. So I always wondered if people really tell the truth about that question, though. Like, but anyway, story for another day. So, Tshoarelo Machabaphala, it's young boy grew up in the villages. Grew up in the villages, Chako Fatima,
where's Fatima?
Mohodi Hamantat. So it's in Bochum. Yeah.
Yeah, Bochum.
It's in Bochum.
Yeah.
Not really Bochum, between Bochum and Denron. So it's like actually equal kilometers between Denron and Bochum.
Yeah.
I went to school there. I never went to like fancy schools. I went to like normal
government.
Yeah, man. I used to walk. Man. I used to walk to school every day. I think that's why we never really, we feed and we we could maintain a weight because amount of walking to school was just quite intense. But we never saw it as a problem because obviously everyone else is doing it.
Yeah, it's normal that side
until you get exposed to a different kind of lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's sort of my childhood. I had a normal childhood, but to some people
understand for business, a businessman phone's always ringing.
Yeah, man. I thought I put it on silent. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah. From there, went to school. Went to varsity. I went to UJ. From UJ, I went to Stellenbosch. So actually, I've been a mining boy for quite a long time. Yeah. So I finished my qualifications in metallurgy. Then I studied business, and then from there I went to start a career in mining.
Yeah, you went to school. This guy studied.
Not really. It's not intense, man. But it's just like basic things that you require for you to survive in the industry that was quite new. Remember, as I said, I grew up in a village where there's not even a mine. There's not even a plant. I remember in class when they said a plant, and I'm thinking, hey, what are these people talking about? But I enrolled for this thing. So then it get to a point where I started my career in mining. Yeah. So before 4GY, I was basically a 9-to-5 guy. in mining industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're no longer a 9 to 5 guy. So you stopped. Now you're venturing into business. Or you're still working 9 to 5?
No, I'm not working 9 to 5 anymore. I think I work 9 to 5 for GUI. Yes, I still am sort of employed by
That's good, man. And I, obviously you had your own reasons why you stopped 9 to 5 and focus on your venture, which is your own business. And talking about the 4GY, how did it start and why the name? What is the motive behind the name?
I'll start with the name. The name, basically, as people know it as 4GY, is actually called Foggy.
Oh, Foggy.
Yeah, which means forgiveness.
Oh.
So you need to, as a winner, because you get to a point where you realize there's so many things happening around us, but people don't have peace. People don't have you don't have that quiet moment where you talk to yourself and listen to yourself, and sort of be intact with the maker, So for you to do that, you need to have forgiveness. You need to have peace. Inner peace,
Yes.
That's what the brand stands for. Before you become a winner, you need to have that inner peace for you to become a winner.
So this is based on your own experience. I'm sure you got to understand this through the experience. So you had to forgive yourself through what? Can you give us maybe just one scenario where something happened and now you had to reflect back to that scenario and forgive yourself and move on?
I think it's not really about specific scenarios. It's just about awareness of growing and also understanding and reflecting on how far you came as a person and what you went through as a person, and also realizing that most of the time you actually don't need to compete. You actually just need to collaborate, or instead of you punishing yourself for things that you have no control over, rather be aware and learn. It's not really like coming from a negative connotation of you failed on that, you failed on. No, it's more of a self-awareness to grow and set a vision and set a goal to say, I'm going to go to this point and I'm going to reach to that point and I'll have peace while doing it.
Because, leaving 9 to 5, a lot of people are stuck doing 9 to 5, which I mean, it's not bad to have 9 to 5, but I mean, if you have your own plans in your business, a lot of people, they fear that, because 9 to 5 is like a job security, you know that every month you're going to get money. But to be an entrepreneur, it takes a lot of effort and courage. So what was your motive when you left? Obviously you didn't see what you're seeing now, but you imagined what could be the possibilities of starting your own brand and stuff like that. So how did you overcome that fear of just leaving 9 to 5 and say, you know what, I'm going to start from here, scratch, and then and having faith? Because a lot of people are struggling with that. So some of them, they're still working 9 to 5 and they keep holding on 9 to 5. They're scared. They don't want to leave, but they know if they leave, hey, something might work, something might not work. So did you have that doubts when you living your 9 to 5?
I don't think I had doubts, but obviously it crossed my mind. But working in the mining industry is a very volatile industry. At times you have you go through, I think they call them Section 9198 or something like the retrenchment. I was once 189. So I was once in a position where I was handling the process from the other side of the fence, where I had to retrench people, right? So then you got to realize that, okay, this thing is not as safe as it is, and it's painful to be giving someone that kind of letter as a manager, and you are expected for you to do that. It's expected of you because people have responsibilities and they have people to take care of, and they depend on the salaries. So that it was an alarming moment for me to say, look, this thing that we call a job is actually not as safe as we think. But we need to do it because someone needs to work. But also it's also about controlling your own narrative. What purpose do you wanna, or what legacy do you wanna leave behind? What kind of purpose is installed in you from your maker? What do you wanna be remembered as? Control your own narrative. For me, I always felt empty. I always felt empty that I'm not doing enough. Even if you look people might look at it and say you're doing well, but you know yourself, you know what your goals are, you know what you are aiming for. And another thing is you're not really impacting in terms of unemployment rate that's happening right now, even then, because you are employed. There's not really much you can do, unless hiring people back at home in terms of your helper and so forth.
Yeah. Now you mentioned that it's everywhere that 4GY is actually aimed to develop employment in South Africa, and that's a good thing. You know, having that such vision is something that we need in South Africa, because obviously the unemployment rate is just rising every day. So how are you planning to implement employment for the youth and everyone around? Do you guys have like a plan that maybe you can disclose to people becoming the part of your team?
Yeah, look, I think by just creating any kind of business, there's already, it might be in broadcasts or food, restaurants and stuff. As long as it's a business, it will require some sort of human intervention. Even if you have like the best technology, but you still need people to maintain it, to run the background of it, So for me, with that thinking, is that everything we are doing, we are creating employment directly or indirectly. So we are contributing to the ecosystem and making sure that, opportunities are created. For example, we need people that manage our social media. We need people that market the business. We need HR people. We need accountants. All those skills sets, they are very important for a business to operate efficiently. Because we can't operate the way that our grandfather used to operate, especially if you have certain goals for the business. So that's how we're creating it. And also by, owning the value chain, you're creating more employment by owning the value chains, making sure every process that you have in the business, you are having the power to actually influence the employment within different processing unit until you have a certain product that you can push out there. Even if the product is there, you still need marketing, you still need Zwono chill. That's also in a way a form of employment. Because no chill is also employing other people as well.
It's true. I mean, it's a team. So,
you didn't come alone, so it shows that it does work.
We're contributing. You're right. And I'm inspired, man, by the planning and the business that you have started. But with the sneakers, with your product, do you have any specific niche that you're focusing on or you're targeting? Because I know some people will say, okay, this sneakers is for people who like this, or it doesn't have any niche. It's just a mass marketing.
So our sneakers for the people. So every person has a lifestyle. So this is a lifestyle sneaker.
It's a lifestyle sneaker, but lifestyle is part of the psychographics,
But if you look at it as a wider range. Unlike if you are like specifically in sport and so forth. But obviously growing and going forward, we have other plans that we still need to implement. This is just a beginning of the brand, and we still have a lot of plans that are yet to be realized. So for now we want to celebrate each and every winner in Mzansi. That's why the sneaker is Mzansi Sneakers for Winners, because regardless of who you are, as long as you're a winner, we love you, we celebrate you, and you keep on contributing, making sure that other people are taken care of. I think that's the greatest achievement you can have, to have that power to actually influence and impact someone's life in a positive way.
So when you say the sneakers are for the winners, don't you feel somehow like you're including people who are not so doing good in life, who kind of categorize themselves as losers? And who are the winners that you're talking about?
Exactly. So I don't think there's a way of looking at someone as a loser. You might be going through challenges, but you're not a loser. That's a sneaker just reminds you that you are a winner.
Okay.
You are a winner regardless of what you're going through right now. There's a greater person in you. You just need to be get in touch with that person, reflect, and realize that whatever that you're going through, greater is He.
Yeah, that is within
That's
you.
exactly.
Than the one that is
exactly,
in the world.
Exactly. So that's what the sneaker is about.
Yeah.
So you're never a loser in our eyes. Yeah.
Take me back through because now I understand you started the business, but it takes courage. So what were the things that you were implementing as a person to gain courage and confidence? Because those things there are people who've got so many ideas to come up with nice businesses, but they lack courage. For you, what did you do, or what traits or characters did you develop for you to actually say, you know what, I'm gonna start doing this? What were you doing mentally and just spiritually, so that you can align yourself with your vision?
No, spiritually obviously is a lot of prayer.
Yeah.
That's a straightforward one.
Yeah. But mentally, it's clearly that's my focus right now, because I know it gets tough.
It's a journey that you are somehow had to prepare yourself. I'll just tell you a short story. I remember I went to Mpumalanga, and then we had the big swing.
Yeah.
So before even, I think it was before. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I can't really remember the exact date.
Yeah.
So when I was jumping on the swing, there was a time I was just next to the cliff, and I'm like, do I jump? Do I give up now?
Yeah.
But then eventually, to cut the long story short, then I jumped.
Yeah.
As I was jumping, I was really struggling to accept that I'm falling.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to hold on to.
Yeah. Yeah, so you were just there in that.
So I just had to trust the process.
Yes.
And say, for now, there's nothing I can hang on to, but I remember there's a rope.
Yeah.
That I'm attached to, and this rope is to save me now.
Yes.
So in a way, I'm saying, you need to trust the process and set milestones. And as soon as you within the business, I'm answering within the business sense.
Yeah.
Those milestones, as you achieve them, then you start to get like confidence as to what you are doing. There will be challenges. There will be days where it feels like you're not going in the right path and so forth. And obviously, mentorship as well. Mentorship. Connect to the people that you aspire to. Look at how they're doing things. Not really copy what they're doing and apply it to your mind. And the most importantly, know yourself. Know yourself.
Self-awareness.
And the time you feel like you can't take the next step, that's the best time to take the step.
Oh shit, that's actually nice. I'm gonna write that down. So whenever you feel like you don't wanna move, you should move.
Yes, you can't stop at the storm, because if you stop, you face all the consequences of the storm. But if you keep it moving, chances are you might come out of the storm.
Yeah. So tell me about some sort of challenges you overcame, and how did you overcome that? Like, if you still remember any challenge when you're still coming.
Yeah, look,
maybe it could be financial challenges, and could be maybe sort of, I don't know, sales challenges or some sort of support, any challenge, and how did you overcome that, and what lesson did you learn out of that?
Look, I'm one person that I don't really record challenges, because I see it as a way of living. I don't really stop and think and say this is a challenge or this is not a challenge. I always look at it in sense of, it's a way of living. So if the sales are down, you need to come up with a plan to get the sales up. There's so many ways, marketing, what kind of marketing. Yeah. So that's how I approach problems. I never really approach something with a block. Yeah. Because I have fear in my back. I don't have fear in my front. Yeah. I'm afraid to look at the challenges, but they keep on propelling me to go forward and push more. So whatever that I face, I try to always keep a positive mindset. I really don't have a specific methodology that I use for a specific challenge. It depends. I treat everything as it comes and on merit, and with a positive approach. Yeah,
that's good. So do you think having capital to start a business is actually important, or you just need an idea and any other stuff, or capital is the thing that everyone needs?
Look, This is. I think a lot of people will like to know the answer to this one, right?
Yeah.
But obviously my perfect answer will be it depends. Not really perfect, but I think the realistic answer will be it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because if you are starting something that's innovative, you don't really need money. But if you're starting certain types of businesses, you might need a startup money. Yeah. But if you don't have the startup money, doesn't mean you can't start.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
But now
you start where you are.
Yes.
Yeah, with what you have.
Yes. No, I wanted to find that. Let's say I'm just gonna give a scenario so that I wanna try to understand how you handle things in a way of trying to learn from you. So I wanna start sneaker business. And I'm gonna also ask you about the competition, because right now in South Africa there's just a lot of sneaker brands. How do you then trying to keep yourself from the competition and just focus on your thing, or do you consider competition? But that's the question for next time. So I want to start a sneaker brand. I have the design, I have everything, I have the name in my head. Where do I start?
Look,
what's the next step to take?
For every business I try to start, I always go through as a 9-point quick business plan, business canvas, right? Yeah. So I draw up a quickly business canvas. In the business canvas, it's got points like resources, partners, whatever, customers, how do you revenues, and so forth, and sales, who's going to be your customer. So I always look at that first.
Yeah.
And then you fill that business canvas. If the business canvas is 1 point short, then it already shows you that there is a problem with your idea.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's innovative or it's something that is just
you also include competition.
There is competition. There is everything. I think those 9 points are sort of not the Bible, but critical points to look at when you're starting any business. Yeah. So for me, I feel like if you can change it on paper, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And if you need to change it in the field, because it will cost you in the field. But in the paper, it might cost you just to cancel it and change the idea. Yeah. So that's how I usually start the business, and that's when you're gonna see what you need to start.
Yeah. So I heard this other day you mentioned something about competitive advantage, and are you applying it to your business? And what is it that you're doing to your business to maybe try to fit in within the competition, and also at the same time make sales and just make profits within the competition? Is there any strategy that you're using?
I think the best competitive advantage that I had to find out the hard way is that you ought to be yourself. Yeah.
In the business.
Yeah, because if you are yourself and you genuine and you legit, people can tell and people can differentiate. Yes. So from the product side of things, there's time, there's quality, and there's cost. Those are the things that you can also focus on. Yeah. And make sure that your product is good.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure that your product is good, and never allow anyone to outwork you as well.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think that everyone is a purpose, and we have a vision. Yeah. All our vision can be the same.
It can be the same.
Yeah, everyone is fulfilling their vision.
Yeah. So in terms of, because I'm including personal and business time, because I understand that you need to be at the right mindset for you to actually start something like this, to be honest. So you spoke about the challenges and how you approach challenges in your life, but I wanna also, because COVID hit. When did you start? I think you started your business in 2020, right?
I started with COVID.
Okay, why?
This started with COVID.
So did you, obviously, was that the time you planned to start?
I had 21 days, bro.
Oh, so 21 days is the one that started your business.
And that's that month I stopped working 9 to 5. I stopped working 9 to 5 about 2 weeks before COVID.
And why? What was the motive?
I had already planned to go into entrepreneurship.
But did you know?
Because it's a bug that's been bothering me for quite a long time. Yeah.
So for you, would you say it was the right timing then?
For me, a perfect time.
Because the businesses were closing, nothing was not working. So
perfect time.
How was it perfect for you then, starting when all the businesses are falling?
Look, in that sense, it's not a good time.
Yeah,
because people lost their jobs and obviously death, due to this thing. But in terms of being able to isolate for 21 days, that part of it, it actually worked. Because that's when I had time to sketch and time to do all my compliances, do all this due diligence for the product.
Yes. So COVID set you right for your business.
I don't know if that's how you want to put it, but I think it gave me time to breathe. Because remember, I've been in mining for the longest time.
Yeah.
So I never really took 21 days to rest and not go anywhere.
Yeah. So what would you say are the characters of the strong entrepreneur? Like things like personally, what should I, if I want to be a good entrepreneur, what should I develop as a person? What character-wise, things, mentality, all those like just a compilation of those things.
What I got to learn is that I don't think there's really a trait that you can set you apart to say that you are the best entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It also depends on what you're doing. But one thing that is common is that you need to believe in yourself.
Yes, to believe.
You need to really believe in yourself, because before everyone else reaps, you know you are alone believing in that product.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people might see the results. It's like a behavior and intention mirror image, because a lot of time we don't really see people's intention, but you can see their behavior.
Yeah.
Right. So as an entrepreneur, you're always on the intention side.
Yeah.
The behavior might take time to show, but you need to have that strong belief system and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, even people think you're crazy, bro. You need to believe in yourself.
Yeah, you must do things to a way that people don't understand how you do it. Yeah.
At times it won't make sense. Yeah. Even to some of your stuff, it won't make sense. In the office, you know, some of the stuff, you might say them and then they might think you're crazy. But, you know, because it's vision is personal.
Yeah, man, that's deep. That's actually deep.
Yeah, vision is personal. So it's not something that we can see. I don't see you with Kevin Hart until you post a video with Kevin Hart.
Exactly. And
you had it in your mind before.
Yes.
But we never saw it. So if you didn't believe in yourself,
it wasn't gonna come.
It was never gonna happen.
Hey, that's deep. And I feel like now I relate to that, because I mean everything that I put out before, it starts in my mind.
Yes. That's when even when you put it out there, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah, because it made sense in my mind, and whoever that relates to it, they actually see that, okay, you know what, nah, this is the guy. Because I mean, not everyone's gonna believe in you and stuff like that.
And one thing that I always put in my mind, top of my mind, is every seed dies before it produces a fruit. Yeah. So somehow you need to learn. There's a concept called biomimicry. Yeah. So it's one of the concepts that I love so much. I always look at it. It's like it's you looking at nature and learning how nature solves things.
Give me an example of a scenario.
It's like how shark's skin, synthetic thing, has given some sort of insight to paint. Yeah. So there's a lot of concepts that came from nature.
Is it like how the tree grows? It's like also the same
It sounds crazy, but it does have like some sort of insight.
Yeah.
You know?
That's deep. Because I mean, I feel like...
I don't know if it's about Tshoarelo. You know, it's Tshoarelo king.
No. Maybe I know it, but I don't know.
It's you know, it's one of those things that if you look at how nature does things, there's so much knowledge.
So I'm coming to you looking for advice, and I'm saying, bruh, I wanna start a business. What advice would you give me as someone who's starting?
Start.
Just that.
Yeah, that's the best advice. Start. You can't keep on starting things in your brain. Start.
Yeah, I need to act.
Yeah. Obviously, if you come and say, I want to start a business, I'll tell you start. But if you come and say, here's the business model, this is what I've done and so forth, we can always look at how we can improve your model, but you need to start. Yeah. At the end, you need to start.
Yeah, no, that's the best. Because, I mean...
There's no way I'm going to tell you don't start. Start the business.
Even if I give you an advice, before you start, you can still have an advice. That's why a lot of people actually listen to motivational speakers talking and telling them this. After listening to that, they feel so good, but they don't do anything. So it's like reading a book, and then at the end of the day, you don't apply what you read. So,
and that's why we keep on saying there's a problem with education. There's no problem with education. It's how we're applying it and what we're using education for.
What do you think in South Africa? A lot of people are actually using education in a wrong way.
We can't really blame the people because the system, this thing is systematic. We were taught to look for, and obviously I also went through the same process.
Yeah.
You need to impress so and so parents and so forth. You go to school, you pass, you ace it, then you get a job, then you buy a verpa, you nice, everything goes well, and then out of the blue you don't realize you are celebrating 20 years of service at work. Which is fine, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But if you are, something in you is telling you that you're not doing your purpose, that's the time for you to start listening to yourself. Because not everyone is going to be an entrepreneur. But if you are, an entrepreneur and you know it, and your inner voice always talk.
And the other thing that I've read somewhere, it says only the people who are rich are the entrepreneur. No one working 9 to 5, including doctors, are wealthy. You can never be rich or wealthy. Oh, you can never be wealthy if you are working for someone.
But it also depends what's wealth to you.
But money wealth, though.
That's what I'm saying. It also depends on what's wealth to you. Because if you're talking money and you're talking some sort of legacy or inspirational wealth, like where you have impacted so many people. If we mention your name, people want to help. That's also wealth.
That's wealth. Yes.
So I think it differs from person to person, and we shouldn't put it streamline it into a particular way of wealth.
So do you see 4GY growing to other type of products, or is just gonna be footwear only?
No, we definitely have like big plans, bro. Like we have big plans, but
so
for now we're focusing. This is just a seed. For now we're focusing on the sneakers, because we want to streamline and focus on the sneakers and grow onto other big things that we haven't on our planning. Nice.
So with the marketing, obviously you have a product. What are your marketing strategies? And I was asked to ask you if you had to, maybe if someone who wanna collaborate with you, maybe an influencer or an ambassador, what is it that you're looking from them as like character-wise or sort of the personality? What is it that you're looking for? Maybe there could be someone who want to represent this brand because they feel like this is cool, and they feel like they can fit in. What is it that is required for them to be part of it? Who
asked you to ask that question? That's what I want to know.
No, I mean, I do that.
Out with it. Are you applying, no chill?
We will do this talk before.
No, but like, look, I think we're not discriminating against anyone. We're willing to collaborate and work as long as value is created. I think
what is value to you?
The focus for us is value. Value for us is aligning to our goals and aligning to keeping contributing to the situation that we are in, creating employment, and growing the brand. That's value, because the more the brand grow, the more the reach we can have. So it's more like a vehicle that the bigger the bus.
No, I feel you. So will you also include influencer marketing as part of your marketing strategies? Because for me, I feel like every business should. That's just my 2 cents.
No, definitely. Why not? I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't do it.
Because I actually saw you actually blessed Mansa Main with your sneakers. So what was the motive behind it?
I like the dude, man. Maybe not the dude. I like Mensa, but
that's cool.
Because it might sound somehow, but Mensa is a cool person, man. I've watched his videos, and I think earlier days, man. There's another one that I think I need to send him a sneaker as well. I forgot his name, man.
He knows, the other dude. What's his name?
What's the other? He reacted to Mensa's before.
Yeah, that guy who reacts. What's his name?
Oh, that fire.
That fire.
You know, because I got to start liking these reaction things from him. And then somehow Mensa came out of the nowhere, and they're like competing but not competing, but cool together, you know. But I just saw an opportunity for him, you know, something to remind him of SA.
That's actually a good one.
Something to remind him that
coming back.
I haven't spoken to him in a while. But you know, when I saw it, I'm like, this is an opportunity for us to just share something with him that will always remind him of his trip.
And recently,
besides remembering No Chill, because No Chill was always there.
I was there. So I saw recently you also went to Zola, the legend. And you also blessed him with the 4GY, and that was good for you. But I always want to understand the motive, man. I know Zola is a legend. I mean, I will give him whatever that I have as well. But was it that the case for you as well?
Yeah, true. It's like, I figured I don't have much, but this is what I'm doing, this is what I have, this is what I can give him. Because, like I said, we grew up in the villages watching Zola 7. True. He used to do a lot for us. He used to do... that's what inspirational, you know, inspiration can do. Because he's always been that person that did so much. You know, when you look at him, you look at Grootman, who's, you know, forever ready to go extreme miles to help another person.
So you wanted, and you have a slogan that Mzansi sneakers for the winner.
Yes, definitely winner. He's definitely winner.
Now I see what you mean. Now I see. So what is the overall plan for the business? Maybe in the next 2 years, what is it that you see? Obviously, right now you kind of like you're still starting. So but in the next 2 years or 3 years, what is it that you see for the business?
For us, it's more impact, more growth.
You
know, and growth comes in focusing on the processing units that are involved within our value chain. Investing in that, and ensuring that we continuously improve. We continuously improve, and you know, just stay tuned. There's so much that we're working on. It's just like I said, in terms of behavior intention. You only see when we release. So right now, do you have like a sort of types of the sneakers we have? Maybe this goes this type 1, type 2, or type 3, or no? It's similar design, just you know, varying the colors for now. But these testings that we did on different designs as well.
That's cool, bro. It's light, fresh, quality. I can feel quality. Remember even
I remember the video. It's like it sounds like same video.
I said it once. I was like, no, I'm feeling quality.
And then someone was like, quality.
Yes, that's Mensa. So bro. Like in terms of production, I don't want to go deeper into production, but how long does it take for the whole production and up until the whole thing is done?
Look, I think the longest time is on design and preparing the mold, you know. So once you have that sorted, it can go quicker. It's like and you know, that experience comes from mining as well, because we have something similar that we're making, or we used to use in the mining industry, that I work for a certain company that we're producing it. That's how I learned manufacturing as well. So from there, they're using sneakers as a similar process. It's just different molds.
So was the money that you were getting there at 9 to 5 also part of? Was it also part of the reasons to for you to just?
No. For me, it was never about money, because I was privileged enough to be in a better position. But
from the childhood, or
no, I mean in terms of work.
From
the no, man.
So you were a manager, like coach.
Man, I know how it is to sleep hungry, bro.
Okay,
I know how it is to sleep with no food. You know, I used to walk to school. What do you mean? If I'm privileged, I wouldn't be walking to school? No, I grew up in the village, man. We were surviving like any other family. So, but in terms of work, I also struggled. Because, you know, I struggled when I started, but I grew and I worked hard for me to get to where I was when I eventually left.
So working helped you to sort of maybe in the process realize your purpose, and that job helped you sort of maybe finance your purpose as well. Would you say such things happen?
Yeah, somehow. Remember when you're working, let me put it this way: you're coming from not so great, financially family.
Yeah.
And you now in a position where you're getting a salary, so that means some of the stress is relieved. Then you have time in your brain to think about other things besides you stressing about, money, all things that relates to money. So I think it did help from that sense for me to work, and also it helped in a sense of certain systems that they use in these big corporates. They took years for them to perfect. So for you to learn those systems within a year or two is a privilege for you to, it fast tracks you in terms of how you implement certain systems, because certain systems are also apply within the company as well, So it's never a waste to work 9 to 5. I think if you work 9 to 5 and you feel like it's not for you, work on a plan. Yeah, but even if you're going to work, but you have a plan as to why you want to fulfill your purpose. Yeah. Because we're all acting, man. Like our life is done already. We're all acting. So are you acting the right part that you're supposed to be doing on this earth?
Yeah, because I also have 9 to 5, and how I take my 9 to 5 is like it's an investment.
True,